Guys, so check out my interview with actor Hill Harper. Hello?
Hi, this is Belle.
Yes, this is.
Hi, Belle. This is Angela with Hill Harper's office.
Oh, hi, Angela. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I know we're running early, so if you have a minute, we can jump on the line right now while I have them.
Sounds good.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to connect you.
Alrighty.
Yes. Hi, I have Belle on the line. Hey, Belle, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great. So you want to do an interview?
Yes, I did. I have a bunch of questions for you right here.
Let's do it.
Alright, and we're going to discuss The Good Doctor. I even have a question about CSI New York, if that's okay.
That's totally fine.
Alrighty. How did you become involved with The Good Doctor?
My agent sent me the script, and I thought it was spectacular. And I went in and I auditioned to play Dr. Marcus Andrews, and I think the director and the producers liked my take on the character, and ultimately the network offered me the job. So it's typically the same kind of traditional way that actors get jobs.
Yeah. What was it about the producers and the director liking you so much for this role?
You know what? I don't know. You have to ask them that question. But I can speak to what I liked about the project is that I think that we're in a time and place when you turn on the news and you see a lot of negativity, a lot of acrimony, a lot of just things that aren't necessarily positive. And
right.
I think we're at a time now when people want their entertainment. They want something that can open their heart up more. And this story about an individual overcoming obstacles.
Right.
And The Good Doctor represents all of those good, wonderful things. And I think that that's what I loved about it. It's about opening your heart. And even though my character is not necessarily that character, but the show itself is about that. So I love, playing Dr. Marcus Andrews. It's a great character.
Yeah. I love the character too. I want to say that I'm on the autism spectrum myself, like Sean, and I'm really amazed about that someone like Sean can become a doctor and can accomplish things in life, fictionally and in real life, of course. But what do you think The Good Doctor? Do you think that the show will be an inspiration to those with special needs and they can do anything they can set their minds to?
Absolutely. I think The Good Doctor is an inspiration to all of us. Folks with special needs, but anyone who's ever faced with certain obstacles that they have to overcome to achieve their goals. And Sean, the character Sean represents that so well. It also shows that you can be a good person and still achieve success. You don't have to treat people badly. You don't have to be negative. You can be a good person and still be successful. So it sends the right message, and I think definitely the character and the show is very inspiring.
It's definitely very inspiring. I've seen every episode so far without missing anything. So I really appreciate.
Awesome.
I really appreciate what everyone is doing.
Well, I'll let them know. I'm going to see them tomorrow. I'll let them know.
Yeah, and I've been a fan of Mr. Highmore for a long time, so seeing him play a character with autism is just amazing.
He's such a good actor. He's so good on the show. He deserves an Emmy. I told him that.
Well, he does. He's been in a lot of really great stuff. What do you like working with him? How do you like working with him?
I love it. Freddie's so committed to playing the character great. And the whole cast, to be quite honest, everybody's really committed to doing well. No one's treating it just like, oh, this is just a job. Everyone's really committed to honoring it. Because when you have great writing, it just makes the acting better. It helps. And so, because at the end of the day, no matter what, whether it's a TV show or a movie, it all starts with the writing. The writing is the most important part. So we have great writing, so it inspires all of us to step up our game as well.
That's true. And why do you think Dr. Andrews didn't support or believe in Sean the first time around? He seemed really skeptical about having an autistic surgeon on his staff.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, Dr. Andrews has an ego, and he thinks that to be, that surgeons are special.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think if you were to ask him before he met Sean, because most of the stuff that he said in the first episode, in the pilot about Sean, he hadn't met him yet.
Yeah.
So you got to remember, it's out of context. So if you were to ask him before he met Sean, he would say, hey, somebody that, has special needs, maybe they should be, they should be a doctor, sure, but not a surgeon. They should be a radiologist or a diagnostician or an internal medicine, but a surgeon, that requires, all this special. And so his ego had him say those things because that's the way he felt about himself. Now, obviously, he meets Sean, and all of a sudden he has context and maybe a different opinion. But I'm excited to see where the character goes because that's one thing I love about Dr. Marcus Andrews is no one knows. Nobody knows if he, he's been supportive of Sean, but he's also been critical. So no one knows where he's going to end up. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Or is he, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I think I know that he's a real principled, good guy, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I've been in Sean's footsteps many times. I met so many people who were questioning my abilities or skills, if I can just do this or that, and I always just prove them wrong, just being how happy I am.
That's awesome. Well, I'm very proud of you. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Do you think fans of the show would expect? What do you think fans of the new show should expect from The Good Doctor?
I think that you're going to see him evolve. Obviously, I think that as he has new experiences and different characters have new experiences with him, you're going to see an evolution of him as a character. You're going to see an evolution of him as a surgeon, as a doctor, and as a person. I think you're going to see, how he handles his personal life in certain ways. And then you're going to also see the personal life of all the other characters as well.
Yeah.
I know that you're going to go home with me at some point and meet my wife. And see our relationship. So you're going to see a lot, of how all of these characters evolve over time.
Right. And what did you know about autism before you signed on to the show? Did you learn a lot more just being a part of the project?
Yes, I've learned a lot more because we've taken many meetings with different folks or leaders from different organizations in conjunction with autism and all of that. And to be quite honest, I did not know a lot about it. It's just recently that I've learned more since I've joined the show, and I've met many more people who are somewhere along the spectrum, and have so much respect for them and who they are and
Thank you.
the obstacles that they overcome all the time. So it's just been a wonderful, eye-opening experience, and that's what's so great, I think, about the show is this show is hopefully doing the same thing for people who are like me, who don't, didn't know much about it, but they can see it humanizes folks who are special needs and dealing with whatever struggle.
Right. Yeah, and what do you think the difference is between this medical drama compared to other medical shows that have been on in the last few decades?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's I didn't watch a lot of them myself. I was on one years ago that I loved, but it only lasted one season. It was called City of Angels, and I loved it. But one thing I must say about this show is that the focus here is really on how can all of the characters help their patients do great work and save lives and all of those things. And part of what Sean is dealing with is part of what makes him a great doctor in one way may limit him in another way, but we all have the same goal. And so that's one thing I love, about the show. I haven't watched enough of the other ones to know.
Excuse me, Hazel?
Yes?
We're going to have to jump off the line. Do you have any other questions you'd like to ask Jill?
I got one more question.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, it's been about 6 years since CSI New York, my favorites in the franchise, ended, and it left the show off with so many questions with that cliffhanger, with mysteries concerning Sid being sick, and Lindsay and Danny's unborn son, and Mac and Christine becoming engaged. Why did the show end with such a cliffhanger like that?
Well, because I think that at that point, the way the networks work is that they don't always know until they set their fall schedule if the show's coming back or not, right? So I think that when we finished our season, they wanted us to do an episode that could end it and, felt like there was a little bit of a finale, but it also not definitive, like, oh, it's not over,
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of a, the cop-out. But then when they decided to set the fall schedule for the next fall, they decided, we have other shows that they developed that they wanted to put on.
Okay.
So I think it was just the network sort of dictating to the writers, hey, kind of write something that feels like it has a little bit of finale, but it is also a little open-ended.
Yeah.
So, the network gave that note, and that's kind of how it ended. But maybe someday they'll do a CSI movie.
Like a reunion?
All the different franchises will be in it, and we'll know what happened to these wonderful characters.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I love this show so much, more than all the other CSIs.
Yeah, we have the best actors. I can say that.
Everyone's great. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
supporting the show. I'm going to tell everybody on set tomorrow that you and I talked, and again, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll let you know when the video is uploaded.
Okay, I'll retweet it. Let me know.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.